I don't think anybody in the planet has ever wanted a remake. Truly. I think people always get let down by remakes because people think that the nostalgia will hit them the same. You know what I'm saying? But the remake always has something different. And in most cases, 99.9% of the cases, is worst, right? It doesn't hit the same, it's completely different. And in some ways, if you're going to write something different, like borrow a lot, remake it, whatever, it's potentially to make it better, not make it worse. Unfortunately, we live at a time where people don't care. People just see money signs and they immediately would just throw shit at the wall just to get, the money. And that's technically what happened here with The Crow. Now, I have a lot of mixed opinions about this. I thought the trailer looked like the CW show. It was one of the most uninteresting trailers I've ever seen. I was like, we're going to get one of the worst movies of the year, like guaranteed. Off of the trailer, we can say that. And let alone it being a remake to something as iconic as The Crow. And honestly, this is how I see it. I see the making a remake of The Crow is kind of like a spit on the face to Brandon Lee more than anybody else after the tragedy that happened on the film's production. Like it's kind of fucking disgusting that you make a remake like this. Not only make a remake, but make it significantly fucking worse. Like actually make a fucking pile of fucking dog shit. I think that is the most they did not only spit on Brandon Lee's face, they took a shit on it, puked on it, and fucked it. Like I have never seen something as disrespectful as this, and I'm so glad that it's flopping. I saw how much it made domestically, and oh my god, thank God, because this is a slap in the face, man. I think we need to like obviously the situation with Brandon Lee is significantly different than any other remake we've seen before. But this is very delicate, brother. Like like I feel like this should have never really happened at all. You know what I'm saying? It just should have never happened. So let's talk about the movie because unfortunately it did happen. The movie is like I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about it after I walked out of the theater because I was like in shocked. I was just shocked. Honestly, I would say it's not as bad as people paint it to be, but I understand why you would hate it a lot. Like me personally, for the first hour of the film, this movie is 1 hour 51 minutes long. For the first hour of the film, I wanted to walk out of the fucking theater. I'm not even joking. I was utterly fucking bored and uninterested and questioning my life decisions at that fucking point. Thank God I went to the cheapest theater. I only paid $5 for this movie. This movie should have been for free. The pacing, the writing overall is so fucking bad. Like it really like there's a line where he says like I cry now and I cry later. And like bro, it's so bad. And then you have obviously, if you don't know about The Crow, well, what can I say? Just watch the original. But if you don't know, the stories about like these two people that fall in love and then they get killed tragically, and then he's given the chance to like come back to life and get revenge from whatever, and that's where we catch off. So obviously, you need to do a lot of character development to get that connection going, that chemistry between understand the love and why he would go as far as basically to go to hell just for her. Like he's willing to do all of this fucked up shit just to save them or save her or whatever. Like honestly, it's just like that explanation of love, of like why does they love each other this much. It was the most high school shit I've ever like seen in my life. Like I think the only way you understand they truly love each other is by the overwhelming amount of fucking sex scenes it had. Well, I mean, it's not too much sex scenes, but it had like two, but it kept showing you that that's what they were doing for like months and months and days and nights and weeks and stuff. And like that's probably the only thing, because outside of that, it was like okay, that's just like It's just like what a normal couple would do after a week of knowing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel the love at any point. I never felt like, oh my god, they love each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that has to do more with writing rather than what they do. You know, there's no point. Everything moved on way too fast. Like, bro, like they just met each other in prison, and then the day after that, they're just like massively in love. They escape prison and they just want to marry each other. They would like fuck themselves. I don't know. Also, I couldn't help but notice that how much Bill Skarsgård looks like Lil Peep. Like, no disrespect to Lil Peep, but like, I feel like in a way, this would have been a Lil Peep role. You know, they would have probably given him this role if he was still with us. Unfortunately, he's not. May he rest in peace. But man, like, I don't know. And also, I don't know what is with this bitch actress. I even forgot her name, dude, because that's how forgettable the movie is. Like, why can't she ever close her mouth? Why? She's always like this. Like, bro, like, like close your mouth. Like maybe the stench in her breath is so fucking heavy that she just cannot close it, or not she'll get intoxicated or heck will explode or whatever. But like, my God, was that? It was just taking me off. I know it's kind of pointless to the fucking movie, and I don't even know if that's what like her, because I don't know that woman at all, but I don't know if that was her like acting instructions or like how she actually does behave. I don't know which one it is, but regardless of which one it is, it was madly annoying, kind of a pet peeve. The only thing decent, and I say actually really good at times, was the action. The action was really intriguing. Every time there was an action scenes, which surprisingly there aren't that many. Every time there was an action scenes, they were always like very captivating and original, and like, I was like that's when the movie was interesting to me, when the action was going on. I was like, oh wow, this is some really creative ways to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? With like they have powers and whatnot. Like it was pretty fun. The action scenes were actually fun, goofy at times, but they were fun, and I appreciate that, because for me to go 1 hour 51 minutes with pure boredom and horrible writing, man, this would have been bombed, and it still is bombed, because honestly, it kind of deserves it. I mean, but that's just my personal opinion, because of how I feel like this movie is a disrespect to the original The Crow. Way past that, it's just a disservice, man. It really is. They tried to. I feel like they tried to do a cash grab here, and thank God it didn't work. Regardless of the matter, this movie is just trash. There's not even point in me going into it. Like there's a lot that it's just garbage. You shouldn't even watch this. Maybe watch it on Netflix, I guess, if it ever comes out there. It should really, because I this is a straight to DVD kind of film. It's not the bad. It's not the worst movie of the year. Like not even close. Really, there's way worse pile of shit than this. Um, but it's really bad. It's pretty damn bad. It's pretty damn bad. Not as people paint it. It's no Borderlands level. No Borderlands. That we treat that shit differently. But it just wasn't it. It wasn't it. And hopefully we don't disrespect more movies legacies like this, because yeah, that's rough, man. That was rough.